All right, now that you've worked on some examples of graphing absolute value equations, let's go ahead and solve some absolute value equations. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go through our solving steps. Okay, and the first thing that we're going to do is we have to isolate the absolute value function. Okay? Our absolute value cannot equal a negative value. We're going to rewrite as two equations, and then we need to solve both equations. So we'll never have the example of something like this. No, no, and no. That doesn't make sense. You can't have a negative distance away from 0. Okay? To isolate, again, we're always going to remove that which is added or subtracted first. So undo addition or subtraction first, then undo multiplication or division second. So let's go ahead and look at our example problem here. We have 2 times the absolute value of x minus 4 plus 1 is equal to 7. We're going to undo addition and subtraction first. That's the plus 1. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. And we're going to be left with 2 multiplied by the absolute value of x minus 4. And that's going to be equal to 6. Now we're going to divide both sides by 2. And we're going to be left with the absolute value of x minus 4 is equal to 3. Now, this is a step. This is now the step where we're going to rewrite as two equations. So we are going to write x minus 4 is equal to positive 3. And we're going to write x minus 4 is equal to negative 3. Because again, the absolute value here being equal to 3, well, negative 3 and positive 3 are the same distance away from 0. Now we're just simply going to solve for x. Add 4 to both sides on this equation, I get x is equal to 7. Add 4 to both sides on this equation, and I get x is equal to 1. Those should be my two answers. X is equal to 7, x is equal to 1. Plug them back into the original equation and see if it works. So, 2 times the absolute value of x minus 7 plus 1 is equal to 7. Oops, my bad. Let's go ahead and rewrite that. 2 times the absolute value of 7 minus 4, I apologize for that, plus 1 is equal to 7. And then I should have over here 2 times the absolute value of 1 minus 4 plus 1 is equal to 7. This is a quick check. That would be 2 times the absolute value of 3 plus 1 is equal to 7. The absolute value of 3 is 3, so you're going to get 2 times 3 plus 1 is equal to 7. That's going to be 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. That checks out. Okay? Over here, I'm going to get 2 times the absolute value of negative 3 plus 1 is equal to 7. I'm going to get 2 then times 3. The absolute value of negative 3 is 3. The distance from 0 to negative 3 is 3. So I get 2 times 3 plus 1 is equal to 7. That 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. That also checks out. So x equals 7 and x equals 1 are my answers. All right? Go ahead and work on some of these solving absolute value equations. Examples.